What about the gas?
Get it out.
It's a biological weapon.
I'm on it.
Sam!
Are you going to meet us?
I'm not.
Boy, they're splitting up.
Been waiting for this!
I'm not thinking that thing.
His name is Red.
Thanks for dropping a building on my face. Hey, pal, your buddy, your buck. I was there. He wanted you to know something. You gotta go. Fire and rescue.
I don't know.
You're gonna kill someone. Criminal.
I feel that if you open your mouth, don't worry.
Any source on that outage?
What the hell is that?
I mean,
Rżawoj.
up.
Rozwarszenie na...
So that mission report.
Get out.
Hey!
Evac all civilian. Tom Ford 3-piece 2 button. I'm an...
We're in position.
Hear me out, Tony. That doctor, the psych...
Captain.
That was 24 hours ago. Can you help? Your old war buddy killed innocent people yesterday.
And there are...
Steve.
Thanks. Well, I could have stuck the landing a little better.
Conversation.
Okay. Captain?
You've been busy.
And you've been to keep a safe place? I'm trying to keep...
You did that when you signed.
Come with us. Now, because it's us.
Twin jets in Hangar 5, North Runway.
Hey, guys, something...
Great. All right, there's 2 on the parking deck.
Bonds is mine. I won't ask a second time.
One's gotta give it now.
You have a metal arm?
Sorry, Cap, this won't kill you, but it...
Wanda, I think I did it to protect you. Hey, Clint.
Played 18, shot 18.
First time for everything.
Made you look.
Yeah, I detected that too.
I would explain the rigidity-flexibility ratio, which... Sorry, my bad. This up, but I've only got one job here today, and I got...
You couldn't have done that.
Throw.
Oh, come on! Water truck. So...
Is this part of the plan?
Well, my...
It's all right.
I know you must surrender now.
We fight.
Pulling your punches.
Then why did you run?
Physics at all.
Look, kid, there's a lot going on here that you don't...
Just had to go for your legs.
Buckled in?
That you're wrong? You think you're right?
Brooklyn. Friday?
We have some weapons.
Speaking.
It's your conscience.
We gotta go. That guy's probably in Siberia.
Jet. Both of you.
To win this one, some of us might have to lose it.
Diversion. Something big. I signal, run like hell. I do it all the time. I mean, once. Let them...
Okay, tiny dude is big now.
I got him.
I'm open to suggestions.
One.
I'm Clint.
I don't care.
Get off.
and date him, he's on the young side.
With the walking thingy!
Yeah, you're done, all right? You're done.
Okay, I'm done.
There's a difference.
I'm sorry,
I got a bandit on my 6. You copy. Target his thruster. Turn him into a
Read vitals.
Move! It wasn't him!
Compromise. Knackered, boss.
I'm eyeballing it.
I remember.
He killed my mom.
I've seen his little face. Just try, okay?
I almost killed the wrong man. See,
My father lived out. My son was excited. Don't worry. And the dust. It took me 2 days. My father. But with the
vengeance has consumed.
till the
The living are not done with you.
Hand to hand.
So was I.
That shield doesn't belong. Father made that shield.
Welcome to DP Action channel. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. Captain America: Civil War is a 2016 superhero film directed by Anthony and Joe Russo and is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The movie is a sequel to Captain America: The Winter Soldier and features an ensemble cast of superheroes from the MCU. The story follows Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, and his team of Avengers as they try to protect the world from various threats. However, after a mission in Lagos results in civilian casualties, the government decides to pass the Sokovia Accords, a law that would require the Avengers to be placed under government control. This causes a rift between the Avengers, with some supporting the Accords and others opposing them. The film does a great job of exploring the themes of responsibility, accountability, and the consequences of one's actions. The conflict between Captain America and Iron Man is the highlight of the movie, and the two actors, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr., deliver fantastic performances. The supporting cast is also excellent, with standout performances from Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow and Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. The action sequences in the film are some of the best in the MCU, with the airport battle being a particular standout. The movie also introduces Spider-Man and does a great job of incorporating him into the story without overshadowing the other characters. Overall, Captain America: Civil War is a fantastic superhero movie that manages to balance action, humor, and serious themes. It's a must-watch for any MCU fan and is one of the best movies in the franchise. Captain America: Civil War is an enjoyable, but flawed follow-up to both Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Avengers: Age of Ultron. It's not nearly as powerful or gripping as TWS, but it also does a much better job of juggling so many different characters than AO did. World leaders demand oversight over Earth's mightiest heroes after the costly and deadly events of the first Avengers, TWS, and AO. Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. is for signing onto the Sokovia Accords, while Captain America Chris Evans is very much against it. After a deadly attack is attributed to Cap's old partner, Bucky the Winter Soldier Barnes Sebastian Stan, Cap goes rogue to locate and protect his oldest friend, while Tony Stark and the Avengers who side with him are given a deadline to stop them before less friendly elements are sent after them. Superhero versus superhero action ensues, as new heroes join the fray and a mysterious nemesis, Helmut Zemo Daniel Brühl, operates his own shadowy agenda. This is, as it should be, very much Cap's movie, and Evans Steve Rogers once again proves he is the heart and soul of the MCU. He's a good man who has to make tough calls, who's essentially alone in the world despite the company of his superhero pals. His battle of ideologies with Tony is compelling, but it never quite evolves past the same argument being repeated throughout and both sides doing something to show why the other might be right. Downey turns in an uncharacteristically morose turn as Tony, even moodier than he was in Age of Ultron and in parts of Iron Man 3. He certainly has his good reasons for being down, although it does sap the movie of some of the charm and fun Iron Man has long been relied on to deliver. His differing ideology from Cap's is the crux of Civil War's philosophical and literal battle, but, like 2016's single-quote other superhero v superhero movie, this heady and repetitive debate also grinds down the pacing at times. Between Civil War and Batman v Superman, hopefully both filmmakers and audiences have fulfilled their need to address the issue of collateral damage and can once again embrace what superhero movies do best, namely pure escapism. That's not at all to say superhero movies can't or shouldn't address heroes' moral culpability or echo real-world concerns, but continually lecturing to and piling the guilt onto the protagonists and, by extension, the viewer for superheroes doing what superheroes do is growing rather tedious and, frankly, taking the fun out of the genre. As much as Cap and Tony's relationship is put to the test here, it's ultimately Cap's romantic devotion to Bucky that trumps all else. Sebastian Stan once again finds the humanity in his cold warrior killer, and even gets a rival to Cap's affection in Anthony Mackie's Falcon. Their relationship is played mostly for comic relief to help offset the overwhelmingly tense and even gloomy tone of the movie. No one else brings the chuckles to Civil War. Your friendly neighborhood and highly anticipated new addition to the MCU. Hands down, Spider-Man is the best thing in this movie. He not only steals Cap's shield, he pretty much steals his movie, too. Now for what you don't want to hear, Spidey is also completely expendable to this story. He could be cut out of it without making any difference to the narrative whatsoever. Nevertheless, actor Tom Holland captures what makes Peter Parker such a sweet, great hero and leaves the audience wanting more. And after 5 big screen appearances so far, Holland's is the closest and arguably best approximation of the comic book character yet. Far more integral to the plot is fellow MCU newcomer Black Panther, ably played by Chadwick Boseman, who is as much a regal badass as Thor. Panther's fight scenes are very cool, his costume looks great, and his emotional arc essentially satisfies the need for an origin story in his own upcoming movie. As with Spidey, you're left wanting more of this character, and it's regrettable that the inclusion of the web slinger has stolen much of the buzz that should have accompanied Panther's film debut. While not a new addition, Paul Bettany's Vision is another standout here. Seeing Vision trying to be human is sweet and funny. The sight of him in a sweater and dress shirt or working in the kitchen will crack you up. His burgeoning affection for Scarlet Witch Elizabeth Olsen is evident here but not a major plot element. It is frustrating, though, that Vision is often relegated to hussy-sitting duties, especially when he'd come in pretty handy at certain points out in the field. He's often treated like a guard dog with an infinity stone. As for the bad guy, Daniel Brühl's Zemo, no longer a baron here, joins the increasingly crowded ranks of the MCU's underwhelming villains played by fine actors. Marvel movies just don't seem that interested in antagonists other than Loki, putting the emphasis on their heroes' conflicts with each other instead. While Zemo's motive is very human and compelling, his actual scheme doesn't hold up under scrutiny and relies on a few too many coincidences. To delve deeper into those issues would get too spoilery. Without a doubt, Civil War's airport battle sequence is the best superhero brawl ever depicted on the big screen. It is a comic book fan's wet dream, with every character getting a moment to shine in battle. Spider-Man gets his quips and licks in, Panther throws down in a style all his own, and Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, gives both of these new additions a run for their money in some of the set-piece's most nerdgasm-inducing moments. This is the superhero movie fight scene people will remember and geek out about for years. But as this jaw-dropping battle occurs later in Act 2, it leaves the final act, as emotional as it is, noticeably sapped of energy. While it's good that this climactic showdown didn't revolve around yet another portal in the sky or falling city, it's also completely dependent on Zemo's machinations and an aha moment that feels a bit forced just for additional conflict between Cap and Tony. Not all of the film's action cinematography works as well as the airport set-piece. If the wildly sped-up earlier sequence between the Avengers and Crossbones Frank Grillo was undercranked anymore, the Benny Hill theme song might start playing. There's also a moment between Steve and another character that feels unearned and wildly inappropriate given when it happens in the story. And, lastly, if you're stoked to see Martin Freeman in the MCU, you'd best dial down your expectations as he's not given much of anything to do here. Finally, I want to address a tweet I sent after seeing the film where I referred to it as a letdown. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie. It's smart, character-driven, action-packed, emotional, gutsy, intense, and has something important to say. While Civil War certainly checks several of those same boxes, I simply didn't find it as effective as its predecessor. In that sense then it was a letdown to me. That was probably phrased poorly, as Civil War is by no means bad. It's just a good movie as opposed to the awesome one I had hoped for. Thanks for watching.